is, so I've got a listing, now what? So for those of you that are really worried about, you know, you've got the appointment, you're getting the contract, that's really great, now what do? That's gonna be for you, and we break down every single step. So who do you go for the signs? Who do you go to for photography? What day do you set those things up? It's a really tangible action plan of what you should do when you have a listing. Even if you are taking listings regularly and you want a refresher on just the best way to get it ready, this is a really good class for you.
Cool. Which one is that? That is Tuesday at 2:30, the 13th, the ALC Productivity Mastermind. Right there. Okay, and then Tuesday evening, the 13th, thank you to Karen Smythe for teaching her class, Ignite, Win the Seller in Ignite at 6 o'clock. Can you go back to the screen? Okay, and then November 19th at 9 o'clock, Business Planning Clinic with James Farron, our very own James Farron. I urge you, if you have co-opted with an agent that you had a great relationship with and you would like to hopefully recruit them to our office, please invite one agent from outside our brokerage to attend this class, and then let me have their names so I can follow up with them. We're going to be talking about that a little bit more today. And then upcoming holiday dates. Oh, pretty. Okay, so Thursday the 22nd and 23rd, we are not staffed for Thanksgiving. Our Christmas party is December 7th. What is the name of the venue?
The Vista Room.
I can never remember that. Goes in and goes out. The Vista Room. Wednesday, December 12th at 11:30 is our ornament swap here in the office and cook-off. And then the office is not staffed the 24th and 25th. Got it? Locked in? Good? Yes?
Because my things, I'm going to do the business planning. It says mine's on Monday, the 12th, not the 19th.
It was changed. It was changed. So business planning is on the 19th.
I just wanted to say I had a division board class on the 28th.
Okay. Okay. What time?
Which month?
2 to 4.
2 to 4. Okay.
Division board class for 2019. 28th.
Okay.
Of November?
Yes.
November 28th.
Okay. Thank you, Karen. Let's play a game. Pull out your phone. That's you. Bring it over to Aaron, our techie. Because that would not be me, for those of you that know me. Give her a sec. We have lots of buttons too.
So everybody everybody that came in today got scanned, right? If you didn't, you're gonna get scanned at the end. But basically what you did is on the left side of your on the right side of your Kelly app, there's these 3 little bars. And when you click on them, it opens up your picture at the top and your name. When you clicked on that, it gave you the option of either scanning a QR code or sharing a QR code. Everybody in this room shared their QR code so that when I hovered my phone over it, I automatically picked up your information. So what happened to that information? All of y'all are now in my connections, my contacts.
Oh, that's cool.
Automatically. So all of your information right there available at my fingertips. I can call you, text you, email you straight from the app now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, say that over again. I can what?
I can call you, text you, or email you straight from the app.
Straight from the app.
Sure.
Can you share everybody you just scan with all of us?
How do you get to go around?
That's a great question. No, that's a really, really great question. So one of the other options, right, was sharing your QR code. When you share, so I can take a picture of my QR code right now and share it on Facebook. and anybody can scan it and now have my information.
Wow.
So if you'd like to share it with each other, just take a picture of your QR code, put it on Facebook or wherever you want to share it, and then get the scanner out and scan the QR code that you see on the screen. And then you will have that person's information. That's it.
Take a picture of your QR code and then what?
Take a picture of your QR code.
Post it
Like
to
screenshot it?
Screenshot it, yes. Screenshot it and post it to where you would like people to get your information. So like Facebook, Instagram,
And it's not just Kelly people, it's anyone?
it's Kelly people.
Heard.
Kelly people. Yeah. And then they'll automatically appear in your connections. Along with that, it actually says a date that it was scanned in.
So what would you say? Cause I'm not a QR specialist.
I would say scan my QR code to get my information today,
Okay.
to get my contact information.
So anybody who doesn't have Kelly can scan it and the information.
No, nobody,
will go.
it's only for Kelly.
Usually when you
Not
post it,
post it
say, scan my, if you
Yeah,
have
like a
Kelly,
Rawls
scan my
group or
code.
something.
Right, the Rawls group.
So, the really great thing about this is that it's not just for Peachtree Road and the Rawls Group. So, when you're looking at having referral business across the country or globally, this is something that you can share with people and add them in to build your referral relationships. So, it's really great because when someone says, oh, I've got a referral, or I'm looking for a referral, you can share your code with them and immediately change information, which allows you to send the referral really easily online in KW Command. Yeah, so it's, yeah.
So when you got to that list of all of the people that you
My connections.
scanned,
Yep.
so how do I get to that? If I only have, if I haven't scanned anyone in, then I don't have any.
Then you don't have any.
But where would it come up, where would I have seen that under?
So right now, this is literally my phone. I'm just going to connections on the top and it's giving me the whole list of connections. So that's one place. But the easier place is back in your contacts.
Okay, so since I don't have any contacts, it doesn't.
Right. This is everybody I've scanned. Any questions?
Does everybody have Kelly on their phone?
And where's contacts?
Okay.
Sorry, so this is the main page, right? I'm going to the right 3 bars on the bottom, and then I'm hitting contacts.
I don't have contacts on there. Can you go back again?
Yeah, I don't have contacts.
I don't have contacts. Or my
Contacts
insights.
is for labs only.
Of course. But it doesn't matter. You can still click on your picture and click on share QR and then click on connections when it comes up.
Do you have a special version or something?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at her.
So yeah, connections. You should have connections for sure.
Have connections.
If you guys are interested in getting any of the latest stuff like this, like I know you're not in the contacts lab, but if you'd like to be, all you have to do is go to KW Connect and go to labs and sign up to be in a lab. It's that easy.
Say it one more time.
You go to KW Connect where all the videos, all the information is, everything like that, and click on labs. It's under technology, it's for labs. And then you click on the lab you want to be a part of. There are a lot of different labs going on right now for different features of command coming out. Sure.
Can you go back to profile
Mm-hmm.
and then all the way down?
Yep.
There's like a leaderboard. What is that?
These are people with the contacts. So you get a point for every contact.
What do you win?
I have no idea.
Business. You win.
Yeah, you win business.
You bet.
And if you're not seeing anything in your about section, like I have, it means you haven't put a bio in your KW Connect profile. This is really important because this is what everybody else sees when they're adding you as a contact.
Can we do that next week?
Yeah, we can do that next week. Or Reagan, if you have time, I'm gonna be here on Saturday teaching Kelly to the Ignite.
Yes.
Contacts section.
Okay. Kenya,
No, but I wanna
can
pretend
you
like.
do me a favor and turn the air down a notch? Thank you.
All right.
We're going back. You're good. Alrighty, so I want to thank everybody who applied to the ALC this year. We had about 40 applications. We did up the board this year to 18. Just wanted to make sure the agents are very well represented. So Erin put together a really cool video. When the video is over, I would love all of the new ALC members to come up to the front.
What?
You're right.
We had music, it's not what's called.
Oh, yay, this is
I had a really interesting question today. Somebody asked me, how do I get on the ALC? You all not allowed to answer the question. Do you know how? Kate,
Top 20% in the office get to apply.
top 20% of what?
Of that, like top CGI from October through
GCI,
yeah.
gross
through-
commission income.
What did I say?
CGI.
Oh, 4 movies, you know, whatever. You guys really like movies. And then you apply and you all pick, I guess, 18 this year.
We picked 18. We had about 40. Yeah. So I would love for you to really quickly, so we can move on. Obviously, tell us your name. Just tell us how long you've been in business.
D.E. Weissmark. I've been in real estate for 9 years and an agent for almost 5.
Kenya Green, I've been an agent since 2006, so what, 11 years? No, 12. 12. Need to go back
And
to
how
school.
long with Peachtree Road?
2009.
Okay.
Jenna Mizrach, I've been with Keller Williams since 2014, but I've been an agent for 2.5 years.
Stephanie Gibson, I've been licensed since 2003, with Keller Williams since 2006, with the Peachtree Road office since 2008.
Karen Smythe, I've been an agent for 13 years, and this will be my 12th year on the ALC.
Megan Thorpe, and I've been an agent for 4 years.
Jill Rice, I've been an agent, I believe, since 2013, here at Keller Williams for 2 years.
Cara Epstein, and March will be 3 years.
Lanisha Smith, I've been an agent since 2007. I've been with Keller Williams 3 years of being March as well.
Andrew Wynn, been in the business going on 7 years this March, and been in this office for about 2 years, Dunwoody office previously.
Cheryl Gray, I've been an agent always with Keller Williams for about 5 years.
Cynthia Bethel, 7 years in the business and the whole time with KWPR.
Ditto, Tara Winslow, we joined together. We know each other though. And 7 years here.
Hey, I'm Jennifer Barnes, and I have been an agent for 28 years.
I've been in this office since the very beginning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Laura Ortiz, I've been an agent since 2012, and I just moved to this office in January this year.
Here's your ALC for next year.
Yeah. Wait, is it better? She says that every year. She's like, that's my last
All righty. May I ask you a question? How many of you would like for your cap to disappear for next year? Let me see a show of hands who would like to not have to pay $15,000 to the market center. Do you all know how that can happen? Okay, so Erin and I are going to go through this with you. We're handing out paperwork for this. This is doable. Okay? So we want to change your life, and we want you to change other people's lives. That's how I talk about profit share with passion when I'm recruiting to this office. I go into profit share really deeply because it was never explained to me really well when I started 14 years ago, to be really transparent with you. Now when I came here to be interviewed for the PC job, Robin asked me, how many people do you have in your downline? And I was embarrassed to tell her, none. 10 years. And she said, with no judgment, how come? I said, because nobody explained it to me like you just explained. So we're going to talk about that today, because you have the ability to change other people's lives. How many people do you know hate their jobs? How many people do you know hate their jobs? The effect you have on others is the most important currency there is. So we're going to talk about disappearing cap and then profit share.
Okay, so how much is everybody's cap in this room? 18. 18. There's 15 stays here, 3,000 goes towards royalty. So we're gonna focus on the 15. So for $15,000 on your sheet, you see that if you recruit one capping agent, this means that it's an agent who's done $1.8 million previously in volume from the past 12 months. This has to be verifiable, and if you bring them into our company, our office specifically, and they name you as a sponsor, we will deduct $37.50 from your cap for your anniversary. Yeah, that's pretty good, right?
Erin, are you saying even if they, regardless of what they produce while they're here?
Regardless of what they produce while they're here. Now, okay, if you're bringing in
well,
somebody,
no, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
who's
just
doing 1.8, I would hope that they would want to continue to at least.
You'd assume they would, but I'm just curious if
No, that's a real thing. So if you bring in 4 of those, what happens to your cap?
Goes
away. You have 100% commission for an entire calendar year.
How many of you have done business with somebody that you're thinking, man, I would love to get them into Keller Williams Peachtree Road. They would be awesome. pick up the telephone.
So there's 3 ways to do this.
Right.
One of them being, hey, I'd love for my team leader to reach out to you. Is it okay if I give you their contact information? Great. Dory's gonna give them a call, get them on the books, get them signed up. You're their sponsor. Second way is, on the green sheets, you have to fill out your co-broker information. If you say, yes, this person would be fabulous, please contact them, we do contact those people. And we then credit it to you. So please don't write NA. You know about them. We would love to know about them. And then the third way is just to give a name straight to Dory, and we will take it from there. So, it doesn't just end with cappers. You will also receive $1,000 off of your cap for every newly licensed agent or other producing, so anything less than 1.8 off of your cap.
Makes sense?
Yeah. So people that don't qualify for the disappearing cap, agents transferring from another Keller Williams Market Center, yeah,
That's like selling a $100,000 house.
it is.
Cause 3,000 plus times 30%, it's $900. It's like selling more than a $100,000 house.
Well, and even the emerging talent, which is halfway kind of in between, you get 1875.
That's for half cappers.
Yeah, that's like half the real estate population out there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to tell you, we're gonna have to follow up, or we're gonna have to.
So all you have to do is just tell us. Give us a name, a number, who do we need to contact on your behalf. We're happy to do that, and then we have a great follow-up system to where you're included and you know what's going on anywhere in the process of them coming on in.
And they have to come into this office.
Yeah, it has to be
For
this
the
office.
disappearing cat. You can obviously sponsor people all through the, worldwide. Understanding disappearing cat is only for agents that you bring into Peachtree Road. For those of you that are new, that took class in class, go get some of these $1,000 agents. Yeah, that would be lovely. Yeah.
Do you have a plan for outside vendors that send realtors your way? I mean, I have about 1,500 of them in my database. So if I send can you have a vendor to get some type of credit?
You know what, Marlon? I think we can do something about that. After this.
We will make you worth your while.
Any questions about disappearing cat? Are we excited about disappearing cat? Do we need to talk about scripts about disappearing cat? Like, do you know what to say to other agents, or do you hesitate? Is that the reason why we don't get them?
Yeah, it's just really one whole sentence. I really like the way, 2 sentences, sorry. I really like the way you do your business. Would you be offended if I had my team later give you a call?
Yeah, you guys are good.
And don't try to over-explain everything,
No.
because it's just, you end up vomiting stuff on people. And
We don't wanna do that.
No, Dory has it all down pat.
I'm a really good recruiter, guys. I'm really good at it. People leave my office to tap myself on the back, and they say, man, you are really good at this. Sign here. Sign you up right now. Yeah, sign here. Yes. So we wanna help you, and in turn, obviously helps the office, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Here's our profit share check that's up on our wall at the outside the MCA office through September 2018. We profit shared 59,000 year to date, 727.
59,000 for September.
For September. Year to date is $727,386. And some cents, I'm not kidding. All right. Do you understand how profit share works? Because if you don't, I really want to drill down and explain it to you. Do you know how profit share comes about, where it comes from? Your commissions. Comes to the office, yes? Right? And because you're in a very profitable office, we get to share profit with our investors 52%, and our agents 48%, because Gary Keller believes truly from his heart that if you're helping build the offices, that you should be rewarded. All right? So you can go, as we say, first level as wide as you want, keep recruiting people, and they can go down 7 levels. Understand?
Oh, and by the way, this does not just apply to agents.
Go ahead.
By the way, when you are looking for talent to hire, do you think this would be beneficial to mention to somebody who's an unlicensed assistant?
Yes.
Absolutely. They can build their own profit share downline too. And guess who they're probably going to name when they come in? Yeah. This applies to all associates. I don't like to say agents, I like to say associates.
There you go.
Yes.
How can your assistant build a downline?
So when your assistant comes in, we add them into the Keller Williams system. And that's it. They're paying.
And then if they brought an agent in, would it be under them and they'd make profit share on that?
Yes, that's correct. This is open to everybody. Any associate. Any associate. Yeah. So this is a great beneficial ad when looking for talent.
When you're out and about, not just across the table for somebody that's closing, do you ever see a spark in somebody's eye and think, oh my gosh, that person might really be a great agent, and you don't know what to say? So this is what I say. Have you ever thought about getting into real estate? I've actually had people say to me, oh my gosh, I'm actually doing the online class now. Scoop up and say, great, meet me in the office next week. I want to chat with you about Keller Williams Peachtree Road. I look for what a very famous modeling agency company, the Ford company, she always used to, Eileen Ford used to call it the X factor. So that's what I look for. I look for somebody that I want to work with on the other side of the table, who is coachable, who is teachable, who's got great enthusiasm for whatever they're doing at the time. And I bring them in and I convert them, because guess what? I want to change people's lives. That's what I do. Does that make sense? So when you're out and about and you're talking to people, and even if somebody's saying, oh no, I hate my job. Okay, let's talk a little bit about that, because maybe you'd be a great agent. Maybe you'd be a great assistant. Yes? Okay. I'm going to have Jennifer and Karen and Sandra come up real quick. We have all different levels of this Karen, of profit share, and a couple of different stories to cement this home. I thought it was really important. The chairs are for you guys.
Karen. Hi, Suba. We wore black.
Everybody
wore
black.
black.
We all called each other.
Oh, we have planned it.
Okay, so tell us, introduce yourself again, and tell us what profit share has meant to you.
My name's Jennifer Barnes, and I've been here since the beginning, and I've been at Keller Williams since the beginning. And profit share has actually changed my life. I adopted a baby 12 years ago, and profit share let me take off 3, 6, 9 months without having to do a whole lot, and I still had a source of income coming in, and it was life changing. And I always said, I mean, I've been on one of the Keller Williams profit sharing videos. I said, and this was early on, I said, oh, my child can go to school wherever he wants to. Well, in my mind, that meant Harvard or Yale. But the reality of it was that I ended up with a child that, if you Google ADHD, his bright, shiny face shows up on your Bless his sweetheart, he is a big old mess. I mean, but it's a lovely mess. But, so, I have spent a large majority of my profit sharing paying for that child's education and for all the special services that he needs. And to this day, I mean, it has totally paid off. So, it's been life-changing.
Would you share what your number was last year?
260,000.
Yes.
It's still awe-inspiring to me. I mean, Ron would text me, what what my profit sharing was every month, and it would go, I mean, I would catch my breath because that's just a lot of money.
It is.
And the other part of it, can I keep going with
You may.
the other
Please
part
do.
of it, I like profit sharing because I don't have to think. When somebody needs something, when somebody asks me for money, when somebody asks me to contribute to something, I don't even have to think about saying yes. I can contribute. And I've got a pet project, Every Woman Works, that I love, and I contribute to those people in a large way. And so being able to give back like that is also very life changing.
Did you hear the number?
Yeah.
I wanna make sure you did. Okay, all right, Karen.
Just as a point of reference, how many people are on your immediate, like your first
The first line is 20, I think it's 23.
So you brought in 23, and then
23
they brought
people,
under them, and then they brought, so 23 total.
So the middle of my tree is kind of fat. And then the 7th level is I get a whole lot from the 7th level. I've been Keller's for 18 years.
So you brought in.
Okay, but I'll tell you, I mean, you think, oh my God, she's been doing this so long. But if you look at the trajectory of the profit sharing, most of my money and the big upswing has been in the last 7 years. So I will tell you, it's not too late. I mean, yes, I'm fortunate that I was here early, but it's the trajectory that Keller Williams has gone on, and the amount of recruiting, and especially, I'm telling you, you're on the front end. If we're in a shift, you're back to the front end of the opportunity.
I think in 2008 yours was at 50,000.
50,000 in 2008, and now it's 260. I'm not a mathematician, but I think doubling and tripling and all that kind of stuff.
Quadrupling?
That's kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Karen, tell us your story.
So I've been with the company, it'll be 13 years in April, and I didn't make profit share, and I didn't know what profit share was for the first 7 years of my career. So it's really helpful that we have people who actually tell you when you first come out of the gate that this is real. This is the money that normally Keller Williams would use to advertise Keller Williams. They decided to give it back to you. So Robin Matthews was the reason. She sat me down one day and she said, "What's going on with your profit share? This doesn't exist." And I said, "I don't know what you're talking about." So at that point it became real to me, and I said, in 5 years, I want to be the person who's able to stand up on stage at the award ceremony that we're gonna have next year and say that I'm one of the top earners of profit share in the office. And I noticed that it was people like Jennifer Barnes, who are here a long time, and I wanted to break that. I wanted to be not just someone who's been here a long time. I wanted to say, within 5 years, I'm gonna be where I wanna be. So I was just really steady about it. I was always having the conversation. Remember how you guys were having the conversation? Do you wanna buy, sell, invest in real estate? I was adding at the end, and start a career in real estate. So Adi, may I use you as an example? Perfect example, comes into a meeting with me one day 5 years ago and says, he's bringing me a buyer or a seller, and he's in the middle of negotiating a transaction. I said, "Are you a licensed real estate agent?" He said, "No, I'm just a connector. I'm gonna connect you with the buyer or the seller." And I didn't say anything the first time I met him. And then I saw him the second time I met him, I saw him at Whitwich, and I said, "Dee, have you ever thought about you getting your license?" And he said, "No, what do you mean?" I'm a connector. And I said, "I think you should go ahead and get the real estate license, so you can take me out of the equation and you can earn the income." Right? And Adi brought Hannah, and it goes from there, right? And so you meet people different places, but I wanted to have what's called a 100% club. My first goal was to get to $18,000, which covers my entire cap, so I work for Keller Williams for free. And that was my ultimate goal for the 5 years. And I achieved it last year, my 5th year.
And you're past it this year.
This year I'm past it, and what it does for me is it gives me a buffer, and it makes me feel like I don't have to be so stressed out all the time that I don't know where the next, payment's gonna come from, or if I have a bad month, or, it's just savings. So it sits in a separate account, and we pull it out when we need to, and we replenish as we need, but it's titled, this is what the account is titled, Patrick and Sophia, my kids. So.
Any questions for Karen? Sandra.
Yes.
Yes. Tell us your story, especially when you first started and you got that first text from Robin.
Yes. So I'm Sandra. I've been with the office for about 3 years now, as a full-time agent. I also had no clue what profit share was. I don't even think I'd ever heard of the term. I was so busy with Ignite. So I remember receiving a text from Ms. Robin saying, congratulations, you have a check for X amount, which I'll share here in a moment. And my response was, I think you have the wrong number. No, that's not me. I'm like, who are you trying to reach here? She said, no, this is Sandra, and you have a check in the amount of $1,536.
Wow.
I was like, for what? What did I do? And so that's when she explained to me what profit share was. And basically, here at Keller Williams, my very first transaction was with Richie Torrance, and it was a personal flip that I'd done, rehab. He was the buyer's agent. We had an amazing rapport with each other. The transaction was seamless. And he was at a place where he had plateaued with Harry Norman, and he wanted to build his business. I said, come in and talk to Robin. I mean, it's a great company, great office. I love it. It sounded like I was drinking the Kool-Aid, which I was and still am. And he came in and signed up, and that was that. And that's where that profit share check came from. But I had no understanding or clue how it worked. Once I learned how it worked, however, things changed for me, because I was a single parent, then I was in a relationship, and all of that good stuff, life kind of took place. But knowing that I had this additional stream of income coming in, which is one of the reasons that I was doing rehabs, because I needed multiple streams of income, this was an effortless stream of income. I didn't have to do anything but really just share my excitement for what I do as a realtor, my excitement for this office and the support that I have here. And people want a part of that, especially if they're with other agencies where they're not getting that. So it's just really sharing your story. It's not recruiting. I don't recruit at all, and if I were more purposeful with this, my checks would be larger. However, it's just really sharing your story and your passion and your love for what you do, and for the people that you work with here in this office. And other agents want that, and we're rewarded for that. So that's my story. I'm the baby of the panel here. I strive to be like these women.
There's a growth committee that means.
I know. Yes.
So do you know that you can ask Kelly how much your profit share is in 2018?
Let's do it right now.
Do it right now.
Okay.
Hold up. Ask Kelly, what is my profit share for 2018?
You just type it in?
You can type it in, or you can actually just ask her. Hit the microphone.
What is my profit share for 2018?
Whoop, whoop.
Could be better.
What is my profit share?
So Kelly can keep you up to date.
If I'm Keller Williams agent, that's not part of Rolls Royce, does that count?
Okay, so no, not for disappearing cat.
Or for damage share.
Or for definitely or profit share, no. Remember guys, we do not cherry pick other Keller Williams offices.
What is my profit share?
But you can recruit, I mean, you can attract somebody else that goes to work in another office, and you still have an outline. You go, I mean, you can get an agent that goes to work in Illinois, and still have an outline.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can recruit that person and they don't have to work here.
Right.
No, she's
They
saying
can't
take them from
already
another
be with
office.
Keller
Oh,
Williams.
take them off.
They can't be with another Keller Williams office, they've already named a sponsor, and that sponsor travels with them. We don't cherry pick from other offices. Jill?
Okay, so, you were talking earlier about the other agent on the other side of the table, that you're like, okay, they would be, a good fit for Keller Williams. Well, so I was on the other side of the table, and 2 years later, we go, and Jennifer made such an impact on Tracy, and I were like, what was that girl's name? I'm sorry. And that's, I mean, she didn't even know what she was doing, and, I mean, it just comes naturally.
If I'd asked earlier, they'd have been here earlier.
Let me just share one thing that's interesting. Y'all will meet people in your life, and you may get lucky, like Jennifer got lucky with Jill, and Sandra got lucky with Richie, but they didn't follow up. And so if you don't make enough of an impact on someone, and someone else that they meet 3 days later is also with Keller Williams, and they make a larger impact than you did, they're gonna name that person as their sponsor. So whose responsibility is it to make an impact and follow up? Yours. Just as you would with a client. Whatever client meets you and they wanna work with you, and then 4 days later they meet another real estate agent, you have to have made enough of an impact and follow up with them. You're their person. I always say it like this is the word, you're not allowed to use the word sponsor, so this is what you say. I am so looking forward to making an impact on the rest of your career. And you reiterate that you're going to be that point person for them, that you're going to change their life. I have always tell them, you may meet 10 or 12 people after me that are with Keller Williams, but I will remain the impact.
Karen actually brought me in, and she has made a huge impact on my life and completely changed the trajectory of what it is that I see myself doing in the next 10, 20 years, and has gotten me to a place of thinking so big that, I look at it and I go, I never thought I could think this big, and it's all because of Karen and the conversation that she and I had, so just want to thank you.
And here's the deal, Cara impresses me. She's way more talented than I've ever, you know what I'm saying? So you attract people that you see something in them, they might not see them right away, but she's going to go skyrocket past me, and I can't wait for that. And there are 10 other people in this room that have the same trajectory. Just get it, right? And she's made $4 grand this year. She's made $4 grand on non-purposeful behaviors. And imagine what she's gonna make next year when she's actually purposeful. What would $4,000 extra do for you right now?
I'm gonna push back on what you said. Sandra is always purposeful. Wait a minute, I think you are all always purposeful. Jill and Tracy had a great transaction with Jennifer because Jennifer is who she is. Yes?
Right. Well, and just saying that is, the biggest thing is, be the other agent that people wanna do business with. That's the first thing at the end of the day is, be that person. Because A, you're gonna get your listings sold faster, B, your buyers are gonna get their offer accepted on multiple offers, and C, somebody might wanna come to work with you.
Right.
So
And
it's
Tracy did stay in touch, like Tracy would call her, she would have questions, and she would like, I'm just gonna call Jennifer.
I meant, entrepreneurial.
Oh, I know.
Versus purposeful.
I know. Right.
If she actually has a plan and is systematic about it, cause we're all being ourselves, right? But when you're really making a decision to say, I'm going to lead gen today, add profit share in your lead gen time. Make a purpose, make a decision, make it on one of your goal sheets. Your 2019 business planning is right now, right? How many people will you add next year? How much money per month will you increase? $200? $500? Will it pay your office bill? Start thinking about what you want it to look like,
Reagan, what was your question?
I was just gonna say, the bigger this company gets, the more brilliant I think it was for Gary Keller to come up with this idea so that the new person wouldn't feel lost, So when you bring in people from the to the company, I think that we all have a responsibility to take that person under our wing and to follow up with them.
Right.
And recently, there's a girl on Facebook, a friend of mine, we used to live next door to each other 13 years ago in Smyrna. And she's been watching me on Facebook, and she called me 6 months ago and said, hey, are you having fun? Like, it looks like you are. What's this? This is really great. And so I talked to her, and I was like, I'll tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And she is knocking it out of the park. Like, she is doing amazing. But her office sent me a document to sign that said I will call her every week for 8 weeks. I will call her every month for 6 months. I mean, it was amazing. And I put everything in my calendar, and I thought it was awesome. So that's just an idea for our office.
Wow.
But yeah, just to be accountable. Yeah, totally.
What office was that? That's it?
New Jersey, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in New Jersey.
Okay.
So.
New Jersey.
Oh, she's
Wow.
interesting.
If I know someone that is interested in joining Keller Williams in a different state, who would be their point of contact?
The team leader of the office nearest to where they live or general vicinity.
But could they call you first?
Yeah.
Sure.
Get some general.
I don't know who that is.
If you all have recruit appointments for me, I'll tell you honestly the best way, instead of shooting me an email, if you shoot an email to agentservices271@kw.com, that goes directly to Kayla and Lexus and say, hey, I have a great recruit for Dory. They will call them and put them on my calendar. Because I don't want to miss anybody's your phone call, don't get right back to you. That's the fastest way to get them on my calendar. So write down agentservices271@kw.com and just put recruit appointment for Dory at the top, and Kayla and Lexus will take care of it. Yes, what?
Agentservices271@gmail.com.
Oh, well.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, is that why I kept
Bounce.
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 Sorry.
So you
That was
do,
from last night.
you do out-of-state recruit calls? Cause I just called New Jersey and interviewed I just talked to 3 different offices and talked to them and told them about my friend, and I advised her to go to the 3, but I said this one's probably gonna be the best.
If you want me to talk to the team leaders at those offices, I'm happy to do that. Sure, you can call them and cause you know your friend better than I know them.
I usually call the team leaders of the 3 places I refer them to, and I ask them to document that I'm the person who's their buddy. I mean, and I try to have an email or texting conversation with them and say, Jane Smith is coming to see you, looking forward to having her join our family, high five, my name's Karen Frank, you know what I mean?
And my demo.
I haven't actually been successful with anyone outside of the state, cause I don't follow up well enough, truth be told, but in the state, I've broken out of Keller Williams Peachtree Road, and I'm in 6 different offices in Atlanta, so that was a big deal, just to try to break out of this office, you know.
So you said you can't use the word sponsor?
You cannot use that word, it is forbidden. You are the impact person, you are their, the purpose and reason, the first point of contact, the best point of contact, whatever, you just can't use that particular word.
I'll do some research on that.
Referring agent.
I'll do some research on that. Make sure we get the right information. Thank you all so much. I hope this was informative and valuable.
Yes.
Please help me help the Market Center and bring me your recruiting appointment so you can have a disappearing cat for 2019. Thank you all.
Thank you.
There's not.
Can you turn your,
Robert made me switch.
Good.
It's not that good. I was like,
I think it's
I